It's Friday and you're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz here on Joy News on Multi TV. I'm Doreen, Avio, and there's so much to talk about because Afrimas is ongoing here in Accra. We have lots of artists. Yesterday you saw that interview with Mr. P of defunct music group P Square, and today we have more stars to interact with. I'm talking about South African artist Yvonne Chaka Chaka. I will call her a legend because yes, she has been doing this for long and she has some advice for African countries. And also there's something ongoing, like, you know, the Creative Arts Council, they had to do it because issues with tax, it's been a difficult thing for most of our celebrities to actually understand what they're trying to put across. So we'll bring you details on that, this and many more here on the show. My name is Doreen Avio. Don't go away.
Let's Talk Showbiz.
Now, if you just joined me, this is Let's Talk Showbiz here on Joy News on Multi TV, and we're starting with celebrated South African artist Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Now, she says that the cost of internet data is a major challenge to digital streaming here in Africa. And she says that data indeed is expensive in this part of our world. I'm sure you agree to that. Now, she is actually calling on countries to help overcome this issue so we can all work together and make good money for African musicians here in Africa.
Music is culture. Music is something that is very important. Music is something that conscientizes people. You know, with music, you can do all sorts of things. We've seen people like Fela Kuti using music to conscientize people. People like Hugh Masekela, people like Miriam Makeba. She became the first African woman to go to the UN in 1963, when you were not even born, to talk about the atrocities that were happening in her country, in South Africa. She used her music, you know, to conscientize people and to tell the world about the bad things that were happening. So for me, music is a serious business, but this time I'm happy that it takes an African to put this platform, not just to have awards, but to have a summit about music, to talk about problems that musicians have, to talk about challenges that musicians have, but to come up with solutions. But the most important thing for me is to find great solutions and how we as Africans, how we can collaborate and work together. This is the best thing that the Afrimas has come up with.
On the table discussion, I'm sure you had an engagement with the president of the Musician Union of Ghana. You've traveled around the world. What do you think we are not doing here in terms of music structures for musicians?
Well, I think different societies and different organizations do have challenges. He did acknowledge challenges that you are having. You know, the societies have to collect the money. I think, you know, we need to acknowledge IP, musicians' IP. Things are changing now. We're on the fourth industrial, you know, the fourth industrial journey now. You know, we've seen everything is going towards digital now. So CDs are not selling. Tapes are not there anymore. Everything is going digital. Everything is going streaming. But we need to have data. Data becomes very expensive. People do have phones, but some people don't have smartphones. So we need to allow the transition as well to come. So it's such things that we really need to allow. Record companies are not transitioning, you know, as quickly as possible. So we need to allow such things, you know, to take place. I strongly believe that societies in Ghana, in South Africa, in Kenya, in Cameroon, we are going to learn. And we need to allow those transitions to come. And we need to allow our people to learn as well so that we can catch up. For me, is to say to our people, we must start doing it ourselves. We must start allowing all these avenues of making sure that artists do not die paupers. Artists' music is distributed accordingly. Artists' music it's heard out there. So it's going to be done, and we shouldn't despair.
Our award scheme, others have also suggested that we take the Afrimas as our Grammys, because it seems African artists are always striving to win international awards, but for the Afrimas you wouldn't see that kind of energy and zeal. Do you think it's about time we focus more on our awards here than always striving to win it? Because now people feel winning a Grammy or a BET is a validation, or it makes them a better artist. I don't know what you make of that.
Well, I'm actually very happy that we do have our own awards. We've got Afrima Awards. We've got Summer Awards in South Africa. We've had Kora Awards as well. In East Africa, we also had other awards as well. So we as Africans do have awards. But I'm glad that here today we've got artists from Cameroon, we've got artists from Senegal, we've got artists from South Africa, we've got artists from Kenya, even Namibia. So it shows that we as Africans are coming together. I'm very proud that Mike has seen this opportunity and he's trying to bring all Africans together. There's the business of music. There's awards that are going to be given. So Africa is open for business. For me, it's encouraging. We can't sit there and see problems and not come up with solutions. This is the beginning of good things. Challenges will always be there, but it needs somebody out there to say what are the solutions. So we will find solutions, so step by step. So I'm very happy that we are doing things for ourselves. We're recognizing each other as musicians and as Africans, and we're learning from one another. So let's do it for ourselves. This is just amazing, and I support the Afrimas 100%, and I'm glad and appreciate what the Ghanaian government is doing. And I want to say to the President, thank you very much for welcoming us, and the Minister, by the way, of Tourism and Arts and Culture, and to the organizations in Ghana. It's amazing, and business is growing here as usual. It's very good, and we're seeing young and up-and-coming artists. So we need to lift them up and bring them together, and not forget older artists as well, because remember, they paved the way for us. We need to listen to them as well. Whilst we're picking up the young ones and the hip-hop ones as well, and the ones who sing traditional music, we should not forget them, because this is our culture. We need to preserve that as well. We need to diversify our music and not forget. So there's a lot that we can learn from us. We shouldn't wait for our people to be awarded overseas and start looking at them as superstars. Let us make our people our own stars, love them and appreciate them.
Let's talk showbiz.
Right, so you heard it all from Yvonne Chaka Chaka. So I guess we all need to work it out. So that was an interview with my colleague Maxwell Amofia. And now to that engagement between the Creative Arts Council led by Makukweku Mante and the Ghana Revenue Authority on tax concerning creative arts. Those questions have been asked, and it looks like it's been a back and forth. So now it's time to actually do that one-on-one, where the creative arts people get to ask the questions they want to ask the Creative Arts Council and the Ghana Revenue Authority. And my colleague Maxwell Amofia was there. So here's how everything played out when they met today.
And you should also be able to demonstrate that you have been filing your tax returns promptly and correctly. The last one, which is very interesting, is that you must be a fit and a proper person. When the law says a fit and proper person, in fact, the law hasn't explained it, but I believe we all know a fit and a proper person. Let me just dilate on the employment income bits.
Well, so it's still about the creative arts industry, and we have the chairman of the Ghana Musicians' Rights Organization, our Papa, Rexuma. First of all, there's been issues about taxation, artists paying tax and all of that. Obo, for instance, I said that we already pay tax. So it's not the case, the impression out there that creative artists don't pay tax. It's not true. So if we are paying tax, then why all these engagements and, back and forth?
Thank you very much. I think that everybody knows that here in Ghana, the taxation previously was based on people who are working in the formal sector. I think it is this year or last year that government has decided to widen the tax net so that they wanted to cover all the people who are working in the informal sector, people who are having their own businesses and stuff like that. So, and that is why it has become something new. Other than that, we are paying taxes directly or indirectly, because, for example, you set up your own show and then you see the taxman at the gate, they put some percentage on any ticket you sell. It's a form of tax. If any corporate entity engages you to come and perform, they take withholding tax from you. And then so these are the kind of indirect taxes that we pay. But I also understand what they're doing, because if we want this country to develop, now if you have your tax identification number, then the onus is on you to keep records so as to be able to declare, have a relationship with a tax man, so that they know how much you get and how much you didn't get.
It's a very good program for us to know things that we can do. But it's like, it's so quick that we have to. But you have to educate us for us to understand what we are, they are talking about. Because there's some things that they are saying here, we don't understand it. Because I know outside a lot of people pay taxes. It's not it's something new. But as they are saying, it's like if Joy FM have engaged the Tego sisters to come and sing, before they give you your cut, they'll take their tax. Yes.
The creative industry over a period of time have not done anything with respect to documentation, and so that has been taken for granted. Also because people are not ignorant about the importance of documentations with respect to taxation, and I think that for the most part and the most of the participants, it's a whole new area, but of course, once again, when it comes to the law, excuses are not even permitted. But it is also clear that what the representatives of the GRA are doing is also to educate us on the need for us to document our stuff, our works, our contracts, and therefore the need for us to pay our taxes.
Let's talk showbiz.
Hi, my name is Ochiame Kwame, the rap doctor, and I'm made in Ghana.
Joy Prime, in partnership with High Life musician Ochiame Kwame, is working towards making Ghanaians believe in and patronize Made in Ghana goods. The project's called Made in Ghana Initiative. This initiative, backed by the Ministry of Tourism, is to help in the promotion of Ghanaian products. General Manager of Multi TV, Abdullahi Awudu, explains the initiative.
The OK brand is a brand that exudes creativity, that gives impact, that creates new paths and new roads that leads to new heights. Joy Prime is equally cuts in that mode. Multimedia, where Joy Prime belongs, is a pioneer. We beat the path that is less trodden. I think that this project is beautiful, it's amazing, but